Hi, this is Bob from Hobby Concepts, and today I want to do a little review on my soldering station. Now, this soldering station I use literally every day. It's been a fantastic piece of equipment. I bought it from Amazon about a year and a half ago. It works fantastic, but it's such a critical thing for me that I thought I'd spend a couple minutes and talk to you guys about it. This is an X Tronic 3050. It just really works great and makes my life a lot easier with all the soldering I have to do. I just wanted to kind of give it a shout out, plus show you kind of how I use it. So let's get started. So here's my actual unit that I got from Amazon. It's an X Tronic 3050 Pro. I will put a link down in the description to the video, so look down at the bottom, click the more, and you'll find a link to it. I didn't get paid for this. I bought this myself. I've had it since December of 2021. So I've had it a long time. I really like it. It works great. A couple of things that are nice. First off, you can see I have my temperature control set to 672, which is where I like it. But look at how fast it heats up. It heats up super quickly, and for me that's handy because I'm always reaching over the side of my bench, grabbing it, throwing it out here, and using it, and then turning it off and putting it back. It also has an automatic shut off if I forget to turn it off, which I occasionally do. Hey, I'm an old guy, it's the way it is. It came with a bunch of extra tips, which I have not even used. I haven't even really looked at them. Chisel tip, a couple of, for maybe heavier duty uses. I have to tell you that I still keep my good old Weller WLC 100 for heavier soldering jobs. I use this, for example, to solder wires on motors that we sell in the store, because that's almost a production kind of thing. And this has a big old flat tip on it, which works good for that. But I didn't like it for everyday use because it takes too long to heat up. This thing heats up quick. The other thing is I really like these arms. I use this one all the time because I'm always sticking a wire in there. I'll show it later, but I'm always sticking wires in there to tin the ends. So I can just stick this in here. I've got it handy to work. There's a little light here that lights it up, and that works spectacularly good. There's some other clips on this end. If you need to hold two wires together, you can do it, and these are flexible, but they stay where you put them. So that's been really good. Remember, this is a year and a half old. There's a tip cleaning screen right here, which I don't use too often. I tend to use the sponge, and I just keep the sponge wet and use that for cleaning off my tip, and then tin it, away I go. I don't remember the sponge that came with it, but I just bought like a 5-pack of cheap sponges at the dollar store, and I just cut them out until they fit, and when they get icky I throw them away and cut another one. You can get about, I don't know, 15 sponges for $1 when you do it that way. So yeah, that's kind of the overall solder station. Now, I don't use the roll that's on here too often. I use it just for tinning the tip occasionally. I don't know, for me it's not that big a deal. I like to hold my solder close to my work, but that's a preference. The station itself, though, is spectacular. It also came with a little silicone soldering drip mat. I use a bigger one usually that I like, not the one that came with it, and that's not why I bought it. I bought it because I wanted the quick startup, I wanted the temperature control, I wanted the auto shut off, and I wanted these things. And this, man, it hit perfectly. It hit every single thing perfectly. So let me just show you how I use this in kind of everyday use. It's also really important to have a shop accessory like Winston. Right, Winston? Yeah, okay. So here's a typical day on my workbench when I'm not shooting fancy videos. You can see I've got my soldering station here. It's turned on. I've got a truck I'm working on. I'm redoing a bunch of wiring in this. And I use this thing all the time. I mean, all the time. And so I like it because, of course, I can reach anywhere on the bench. The wire is plenty long. I love this little, these little clips and this little light because being an old guy, and I can see what I'm doing when I tin wires. The temperature control works perfectly. The little sponge I use for cleaning off my tip, and yeah, it's just been a great rig. And this little light even works pretty good. You can't probably see it because I've got a bunch of work lights here, but it even helps illuminate this clip. So I really like it. I try not to use the automatic shutoff, but occasionally I forget and leave it on. But it also heats up so quickly that I can turn it off and set it aside. I've got this actually one hand I can reach over the side of the bench where I keep it, and then I pull it out and put it here and use it and then put it back. You can see I've got a hot glue gun turned on because I'm going to be using it to stick some lights in. I use it quite a bit. So there's how I actually use it in practice just about every single day. Well, there you go. That's my my little quick review of my X Tronic soldering station, which I really like. If you're building these trucks, you're going to need to solder sooner or later, and if you do buyer stuff, you're going to need to solder a lot. So it pays to have great tools. I always felt that, and this has been a super good tool that I use literally every single day. So there you go. Next week we'll probably have more truck building. Today I just wanted to kind of get this out of the way because I've been meaning to do it for a long time. So I appreciate a thumbs up on the video. That helps with the YouTube rankings. And of course, please subscribe to the channel. There you go. X Tronic soldering station. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.